YouTube, what's up? Look what I got today. Finally. So, I started dressing up the layout. There's still so much to do, but at least it's really starting to take shape. And that static grass just looks so much better. It looks so much better. Just got to find a way, and I know what I'm going to do, but I have to tie all of that together. Because right now, it's too. The dirt and the vegetation is too separated. They need to be more blended together. So that's what I'm going to be working on. I know I have an idea of how I'm going to do it. I'm just going to continue to use the methods of Luke Towan. The only thing is I don't have a blender, and I need a blender. I'll just try to make do without a blender. I think I can accomplish it without one. So that's where I'm at on the layout. I'm hoping I can debut it this weekend. I mean, I have over 30 hours into that thing. Almost a full week's worth of work. It's been a blast to build it. It's fun making stuff, with your own hands because you can kind of see it from nothing morph into whatever it is. That part of it's been really fun. It's been very therapeutic. I have so many supplies left over. There'll be plenty of supplies left over for some other layouts. So I'm going to make some other smaller layouts, and I don't know, I might make a couple of them to sell. Maybe make them small enough to ship in a medium or large flat rate box if any of you would want to purchase one. But it's just a lot of fun. I mean, the 30 hours I think is worth it, because what that is, that's 30 hours that I've had of serenity and 30 hours of relaxation and clearing my head and basically just stepping away from the daily BS. So it's worth it. I definitely recommend everybody that has thought about making one of these. I know a lot of collectors are like, well, I want to make one, I just need to get around to it. They're so worth it, and the initial investment is expensive because you have to buy all the material, and it's expensive to get all the material. But once you have all the material, and that's the problem, they don't just sell you like little bits of material to build one layout. They sell it all in large quantities. So you can make, I mean, I don't know, I still have like grass and dirt and all that kind of stuff from my first layout, which was 2.5 years ago. So it lasts a long time. And this layout that I'm working on now, I don't have hardly any money into it other than I spent $10 on the grout. The static grass applicator was the most expensive part, and even that was like 35. Those can get expensive, but I found a cheap one that works. It's just a negative ion generator, so they shouldn't be that expensive. What else did I buy? I bought all the craft sticks. That was like around $10 or $12, but I bought a ton. Like, I have so many craft sticks left. I can make whatever I want. I can make a log cabin, which I'm going to do. I'm going to make a shed. So this layout I mean, if you don't count the static grass applicator, I think I maybe spent like $30 on it. But a lot of that is because of the closeout prices that Hobby Lobby had. They were selling trees for like $1.50. I bought the static grass, which was normally $13, marked down to like $3. And once I bought that, I knew I had to get the applicator. Um, One thing though that I'll show you here that is a little bit not what I was expecting with that static grass applicator. And I'm sure I've said that enough times. You all are probably tired of hearing it. Quite frankly, I'm tired of saying it. But one thing that I thought would be a little different, if you look here, this is the best shot that I have of the static grass so far. So what the static grass applicator does is it sends, when you put the glue down and you mix it with water, and it conducts it a lot better, but when you put the glue water mixture down, you put a metal pin, you hold a metal pin into it that is a wire that runs up to the applicator, and it sends an electric charge into the glue. And while you're holding the pin into it, you spread the grass out, and it causes the grass to fall vertically, and it hits the glue vertically. So like right now, if you were to run your finger over the top of that, it feels like a flocked Funko pop figure, or like a really short furred stuffed animal or something. It's really interesting, but it's such a cool feature to have because it really gives you a much more realistic look. But what I was expecting, I didn't realize. I knew that the static grass flock that I had was really short. It's between 1 and 3 millimeters. And when I bought the applicator, it came with a darker green flock that I think was 4 millimeters. And so I mixed the darker green in with mine, and I think it gave me a better blend of colors. It also gave me some differences in the height. But really, I was expecting it to look a lot taller, so I'm going to have to get some 12 millimeter static grass for the next layout. Because this looks really good, I think, but the taller stuff, if you're modeling like a bush area or like a wooded area or something like that that's not kept up and groomed, then it's going to be a lot taller than what this is. So anyways, that was probably more time than I wanted to spend talking about that, but I'm hoping that this weekend I can do a video on that. I already know what the first video is going to be. Alright, so I do have a video tonight. You just saw a preview of one of the things that's going to be shown here, but I found this. This is an auto driver M2. It's a 56 Ford F100. The hood is a separate piece. It does not open. It's just a really cool piece. I don't like these early Ford trucks, and I don't like M2 all that much. But this piece, I think, is really well done. I love the lens headlights. That's really what sold me on the truck. I do like this casting better than the green light. And I hate when that happens, but every now and then, I think M2 gets the win. If you follow me on Instagram, you already saw this, but I did a wheel swap last night. I hit a point with the layout where there's literally nothing else I could do until I had the static grass applied. So I drilled a car for the first time in 2.5 years. And I did this wheel swap. It was between, I had these wheels, it was between this and the R30, the gray R30 Skyline, but I opted to put the wheels on this, and I don't regret it. This is now one of my 3 favorite Hot Wheels toolings. It'd be this, the Skyline van, and the C210. The Honda Odyssey is also right up there. But it's amazing what some wheels and tires can do to a casting. And these axles are a little bit long, but they still work. Also, I drilled it. I'm surprised at how well I did drilling it because I didn't have to glue it back together. It just snapped in there, but it's like, it's really tight in there. It's not, I mean, I'd have to pry it out with the screwdriver. So that ended up being kind of cool. All right, let's look at some haulage. So today at Walmart. Now, I've only in my life purchased less than a handful of these auto haulers. The only one that I currently own is it's a gray Ford COE. The truck is similar to this, but it's a Ford. And then it's got the car hauler trailer. That's the only one that I've kept. The last hauler that I purchased was in June of, or it might have been May or June of 2016 when they came out with those Father's Day haulers. I found the Dodge Chase, the clear tire Chase. So that was the last one I bought, which was over 2 years ago. But with the Coca-Cola Deco, I knew that I was going to get one of these. I just had to decide which one. I picked this one not because of this, because this is not my favorite Deco that, you know, on all of the haulers. I like this one, but there were a couple others I liked better. But I got this one because I like the Chevy COE better than the Ford and the Dodge. But also because I liked the car that came with it. So if you don't know, these Coca-Cola haulers come with a casting inside the hauler. And this one here had a, what is this? It's a 1958 Chevy Apache. And I wanted the Apache over the Dodge Charger and the Ford Fairlane and the Chevy Bel Air. So here's the Apache. Now, the cases of Coca-Cola do not come with it. But this Apache is cool. I like the detail on the Ford truck a little bit better, just because it has lens headlights, and to me that's huge. But all in all, I think this is a nice casting as well. I do prefer older Chevy trucks to Ford trucks, but late model stuff I prefer the Ford to the Chevy. That's a cool truck though. So I'm not going after all of these, but I now have the Econoline, the 57 Bel Air panel wagon, the Studebaker, the Chevy C70, which I have right here, and then the hauler with the Apache. There's some more Coca-Cola cases in there. This one's pretty cool. I think this would look a lot better with a weather job, but I'm not going to do that. So anyways, there's those. What else did I get? I found a couple other things today too. I really haven't purchased a whole lot lately, but I found another one of these G63 Mercedes, the 6x6. So I grabbed it. Not sure yet what I'll do with that, but I have it. This one I bought though. They had this in the Econoline. Of course, I'm late for everything. The scalpers beat me to everything because I have to go to work during the day. But I did find this. Wasn't interested in the Econoline. At least not now. At some point, maybe I'll get it. But I do like the Subaru. You know, I'm a JDM type of a guy. This kind of fits into that. Plus, this is just a cool casting that I don't know that anybody else does this casting in this scale. I think Matchbox might have done it a long time ago. But anyways, this casting came out from Hot Wheels in 2012. This is the second time that it's been released with a metal base. I think it's the first time that it's been released with rubber tires. I might be wrong on that, but I do believe that to be the case. This, the last time this came out was in the main line, which I have those. It came out not too long before the main line. It came out as a cool classic, and that's metal on metal, but that had the, what were those wheels called? The super slots or something like that. I don't remember what they were called, but you know, the cool, or the cool classics line was a pretty awesome lineup of cars, but it was almost criminal that Matchbox didn't do rubber tires on those things. You have to. Anytime you're doing a premium car, metal on metal, you have to do rubber tires. And honestly, I would rather see a plastic base with rubber tires than a metal base with plastic tires. And I doubt that I'm the only one that feels that way. I'd be shocked if it wasn't an overwhelming majority of people that would agree with that. Some of the nicest 1/64 scale diecast cars that are being made have plastic bases. So, but I do like this car. It's kind of a cool deco. I wish they would have detailed the fog lights here, but headlights have some nice detail along with the indicators. Taillight detail and indicators. So this is the type of stuff that I think I'll buy from Hot Wheels. I love that Brat graphic. I remember back in the day they all had that little graphic. It's nice to see Hot Wheels stepping their game up with these car culture cars. The early releases were great for like racing decos, but if you're like me and you like realistic stuff like headlights and taillights, they were not good for that. But ever since the Japan Historics 2, they've been pretty nice. So that's pretty cool there. Not sure what to think about the tires. I think that this might have looked a little better with the off-road tires. But then again, I don't know that it would be a roller with those. Everybody loves a car truck, though. With these wheels and tires and that stance, this almost looks like a pickup truck. Anyways, that's all I got. It's Tuesday. I may not be back with another video until this weekend, but I'm really hoping that the next time, maybe not the next time, but I'm hoping no later than Saturday or Sunday, I will be right here at this table making a video with a completely new backdrop. That is my goal. There's some pretty cool die casts right there. That thing is awesome, and it's cheap. You can buy this one for cheap right now. That thing is awesome. Love what Greenlight is doing. Alright, everyone. Thank you for checking out my cars. Thank you for showing interest in the stuff that I do. Makes it a little bit more fun. I mean, I would enjoy making these layouts, but it does make it a little bit more fun to post updates and all that kind of stuff. Plus, when I'm done, I can put a little, I can archive the chronology of the build, starting with the board and the cardboard, and then the bridge. It'll be kind of cool to see the progression of it. And I think this Bronco and that Skyline will be two cars that will remain on that layout. I might find something else though. Something a little bit more daily driver, a little bit less race than the Skyline. All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a good night. I will talk to you all at the next video.